Well, looks like the nobility were caught trying to do a coup. But this is an egalitarian society, so you can go die. Hello everybody, my name is YujimboXD, and welcome to the channel. And today, as promised, we return to more mods for Hearts of Iron 4. And last week was a bit too hot for TV, so I figured we could cool off with something a little safer this week. So I broke out the gaming darling of YouTube, Minecraft. Or more specifically, Hermits at War, Rise of the Evil, a Minecraft mod for Hearts of Iron 4. And this one is specifically based on the very popular Hermitcraft series, which, full admission time, up until I was asked to play this, I had never heard of before. Just proving they will make a mod out of anything in this game. I can't wait for the mod where it's the last of my brain cells fighting for survival after all the hoy I've subjected it to. So I was a bit nervous at first about doing this mod because my first initial reaction was, it's Minecraft. Who still watches Minecraft these days? So I went and did a bit of research, and my initial reaction went something like this. Alright, just do a quick YouTube search for Hermitcraft. Holy cow. Okay, yeah, I'd say it's still popular. Shows what I know. So the last time I played Minecraft was probably over 10 years ago, and you might be surprised to learn I modded that too. I played a lot of Tekkit, so that's about the breadth of experience I've had with Minecraft. But I figured that puts me in a fairly unique position, because I'm not judging this series as a fanboy, I'm judging this strictly as a Hearts of Iron mod. I shotgun blast myself in the face with as much lore as I could over the weekend, to at least be somewhat familiar with this, but I'll admit I've probably forgotten half of it already. The amount of things I've forgotten would surprise you. It'd surprise me too if I could remember what they were. But let's take a quick look at the map. As you can see, they've put a lot of effort into reproducing the map. We'll get into more details in a moment, but since I wasn't super familiar with this mod or this world, I did have to ask some other people what they suggested. And one of the ones that was suggested to me, since I'm such a big fanboy of playing America in the base game, was Freetopia, which is the Americanish faction. So I figured we'd take a look at them. At least if I'm going to be thrown into this strange world, I'd like to have something familiar. All right, so we have Iron Man mode off and historical on. Let's get into it. So here we are in Minecraft, and we have our usual blurb for the devs. Since I was asked to play this, I have no problem plugging it. I will go ahead and link this in the description below, so go ahead and support your devs if you like this mod. But as you can tell, it's not just the map we have customized. We have some custom research slot, and I like this. I'm guessing somebody actually had to go into Minecraft and build all these things for the pictures, so that is some dedication. You can already tell this mod is oozing with fan service. And look, they even put some of the monuments the Hermits built. Man, I bet if I was a fan of Hermitcraft, I'd be freaking out right now. And I just noticed Cube World. All right, but let's take a look at our focus tree. We have our industry side over here, which looks like will give us all the fun projects that were built on this server, or at least a few of them. But the fun side of our tree is locked until we complete our political reform tree. So I think we'll start there. So let's start by opening the political sphere. Or would it be a political cube? So we have enough civilian factories right away. We can make our spidency. And just so we can keep everyone playing fair in the server, I think we need some server admins. And we got our army organized. I don't know how you determine who gets to be the field marshal. Is it based on sub count? Does having more subs make you better at leading an army? It almost makes sense. All right, we got some lore here, and I guess we are the largest democracy in the land, founded by Zombie Cleo and Joe Hills. And admittedly, I don't know who all these people were. I tried writing down everybody's name and something to associate with them, but I quickly realized there was just way too many people to keep track of, even writing it down. But I will say writing down Minecrafters' names is like the most old man thing I've ever done. What you got there, kiddo? Oh geez, Granddad, I'm just writing down the names of my favorite Minecrafters. What's that, Jimmy? You said you got a job at the mine? Good for you. I always said children belonged in the mine. And we do appear to be low on some starting resources, so I guess we'll just trade with the evil Emporium. Finally, a corporation that's honest. So while we're waiting around to do all our political reforms, it looks like we have another in-game shop we can buy stuff with, this time using diamonds. Although isn't the currency in the game supposed to be emeralds? Anyways, we are massively short on guns, so I think that is what I'm going to go for first. Well, looks like the economy's in shambles, but like all good democracies, we'll rely on the nobility for help. Well, looks like the nobility were caught trying to do a coup, but this is an egalitarian society, so you can go die. But doing the old Stalin officer corps purge has left us in a bit of a position. We no longer have any field commanders. I think it's time for the new Hermits to rise. And look, this one already has an established fan base. All right, we now have our election, which will unlock the bottom half of our political tree. So now we have to decide which faction we'd like to side with. I feel like we've done socialist a bit too many times on this channel. I've done technocratic once in Red Flood, but you know what I've never done before? Furry politicians. So I guess we'll go with the Grand Council. We'll form a coalition party out of one of the most vilified groups on the internet. Nothing says love like that democratic love. So I guess the first thing we have to do then is end segregation. Time to get rid of those furry-only water fountains. Glorious day for Freetopia. Everyone is welcome. welcome, as long as they pay their taxes and fight in their army and don't cause problems. Also, they have to subscribe. Oh, I didn't even realize we were keeping the demi-humans in ghettos. Man, The Wire would have been a very different TV show if it was like that. And we finally finished our political reforms. We have a new cabinet, but I guess we had to just shout to the rest of the world that we're going to kill them all. Would have preferred to keep that a secret, but I guess the cat is out of the bag. Nah, here's a political reform I can get behind. Let's arm the furries. All right, we formed our own faction, but nobody wants to join yet, so I guess we'll just have to make friends on our own. All right, I've had a long time to prepare for this war. I even had time to put an extra supply hub up here, and I have my naval shield out, so let's get the science state. Maybe if I just start shouting, Bill, 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 it'll distract them. All right, let's see what you're made of, science guy. Oh yeah, and let's use their cipher. I stole that too. Everybody go! Just gotta make it across this little choke point here. There we go. Dang it, they're retreating too fast for me to encircle them. There we go. Finally got a bunch of their units encircled. So I don't see any more divisions from the science people, but I do see that the infected lands are stacking a ton of troops on my borders. I'm hoping my armored divisions don't find any more resistance, and I'm going to just prepare for this inevitable war. Yep, called it. Here comes the infected lands. But I do think I'll be able to hold them off while I finish with the science lads. Actually, why don't we just start preparing for our offensive now? I don't like being attacked while I'm in the middle of another war, thank you very much. My old man brain prefers to only handle one front at a time. Actually, I lied. I'm impatient. Let's just kill them both at the same time. Oh my gosh. The entire interior of both these nations is nothing but forest tiles. It is taking forever to get through it. Oh my goodness. As you can tell, the war has been raging on for a while now, and I have no idea what it takes to capitulate the science state. I have almost all their victory points. This is absurd. I think the problem is they have all these stupid victory points up here on these islands that I'm gonna have to get. There we go. Jeez. Science state is down. I'm going to annex all this because holy hell, that was a nightmare to invade. I'm not going to lie. They were a long boy and they were nothing but forests. So trying to get armored divisions through that was a bit of a nightmare. Oh my goodness. This turned into an absolute slog. I think I'm over the hill now though. I think I have them contained and just need to grab up their last few victory points, but I need to go before somebody declares war on me. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, that was painful. That was a lot more painful than I thought it was going to be. There are so many freaking forest tiles, and I thought mountains were bad. I will say even after annexing those two places, we are still hideously low on manpower. At this point, I'll take anyone in my army. Where's the spawn zone? We gotta go bully some noobs to join our faction as soon as they join the server. Well, we do have a focus to take on the Woodland Federation, and they seem to be a bit preoccupied fighting the Shattered Savannah. So everyone else took the opportunity to try and stab me in the back in the middle of the war. Why shouldn't I? All right, here we go. We declared war, and hey, we can invite the Shattered Savannah into our faction. I totally forgot we even had one. Sure, let's team up. I can get down with a collab. And would you look at that? I already cracked their cipher. How'd that get there? All right, let's open up a two-front war on them. There we go. Made it across the river crossing already. Whoops, forgot about that little territory over there. Well, that's gotta be annoying to clean up. There's like 100 little river crossings everywhere. Kind of like old world blues. But that was not a feature I was particularly fond of in that mod either. There we go. Linked up with my ally and made a few encirclements on the way. I'm coming to ruin everyone's fun on this server. Ah, I see they went with the strategy of if they build no airports in their land, I can't use my air force in it. Clever. Oh, now they're getting invaded from the other side. Yeah, the Woodland's screwed. Oh, and then I see how it is. As soon as we're winning, the Shattered Savannah leaves our faction too. Great. For a bunch of Minecrafters, you guys are a bunch of jerks. Oh, and then the war ended and the Woodlands immediately turned into Green Hermitcraft and immediately joined this huge faction. And I just didn't get a say in the matter. Ah, democracy. Oh, but we do have an option to demand some land from them instead. What if we do that? Will they say yes? They did. I don't know why I got that little piece over there, but I'll take it. At least I got something for my trouble. Well, I think it's time we go repay our old ally for ditching us in the middle of a war. Not cool, bro. So I'm gonna get you and your Naruto headband. And we're just playing hot potato with this river crossing over here, but it allows me to keep encircling a bunch of their troops. Ah, so an interesting opportunity just presented itself. The huge faction of the land just went to war with the same people I did. So that means I actually disband my faction, since there's nobody in it, then asked to join their team. So, you know what they say, if you're too lazy to beat them, join them. Now I'm part of the cool kids. Yeah, now my friends are showing up to help. This is so much nicer having help. Everything is better when you're part of a team. Man, Lego's always so smart. And there we go. Wars are so much easier easier when you gang up on people and bully them. Well, we already control most of the map. Might as well just finish this off. Sorry, all the cool rich kids will be taking over the playground now. Well, that's the desert state down. I don't think I have enough war score to get anything. Oh, maybe I do. Well, we got a tiny piece. At least that's something. Well, since my allies are confused about this whole world domination thing, I'll just start the rest of the wars for us. I don't have to man all these fronts. I'll just let the mob squad handle it. And I wish I had seen this sooner. I have some decisions where I can gore these lands when I get high enough compliance. Well, that would have helped with my manpower issue, but now I have everyone else's manpower to use. Come on, guys, let's do it. Let's kick all the nerds off the server. And if I happen to be killing your favorite YouTuber right now, I'm sorry that they didn't put up a better fight. Oh, there goes the stress state. Oh, not getting any of that land. Oh, they never called in their allies. Way to be an ally, Ren Dog. Well, have to do it the other way then. Jeez, some people, you know, they just can't be trusted. And just declare the last war. Get them all done at once. Now just one last domino. Oh wait, no, that was the last one. All right, there we go. That was the last faction down. How much of this can I steal? There's not gonna be too much taking of territory after this one. And hey, you know what? While we're at it, we can even take over the faction. Yes, I am your new king. So, a king needs a kingdom, so let's unite the land. Another win for democracy. And we even got a new flag to go with it. God bless the United States of Hermitcraft. So that was Hermits at War. Not the kind of mod I ever expected to play. A surprise to be sure, but a welcome one. So, final thoughts on the mod. Well, the focus tree was pretty nice. It flowed very naturally, and I always appreciate a mod that goes through the effort of making everything look aesthetically like what it's trying to represent. And obviously, the biggest draw is that they have lovingly recreated an entire Minecraft server here with monuments and with the cities. So if you're a big fan of Hermitcraft, then I would highly recommend you come in here and take a look around. There's a lot of stuff here that I'm sure I missed. But objectively speaking, as a Hearts of Iron mod, there was plenty of decisions and focuses and events to be had, so I think there's a lot of replayability in this mod. The only thing I will say was this mod was a lot harder than I made it look. A lot of the nations were just all forest tiles or desert tiles or just had no infrastructure, so it was a bit of a slog getting through some of the nations. And seemingly nations will declare war on you with no warning. At one point I was fighting a 3-front war against 3 different factions, but after reloading that didn't seem to happen. So there does appear to be a lot of random chance in here, but some people might find that as a fun challenge. In the end, I would recommend this mod. I actually thought it was a lot of fun, had a lot of charm, even though I don't know anything about Hermitcraft, but hey, that hasn't stopped me from playing mods before. Like I said before, I will link it down in the description if you want to try it for yourself. So this was a recommendation to me over on Discord, so if you are a dev or just somebody who wants to see a particular mod, drop me a line there and I'll take a look at it. I'm more than happy to. So that is where we'll leave it off. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you liked it, you can always hit that subscribe button down below. All right, that is where we'll leave it off for tonight. As for me, I gotta do some gardening. Gotta go knock down some trees.